Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Appreciate everybody stopping in and visiting with us. Shoot, I didn't drop the link. I forgot to drop the link. What's happening, folks? What's happening? There's the link if anybody wants the link. Brooklyn Chick, what's going on, my friend? Hart Gasper, how you doing today? Mr. Wicked Wits of the West is here. KK's in the house. Snooky's in the house. Dang, we got all the finest people here today at the nail salon. Oh, my Lord. Big Barn Auction Company, Magnolia, Texas. What's up, Big Barn? How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you here. Big Barn Auction Company. Wicked Witch of the West is getting her nails and her hooves trimmed. She's getting her hooves trimmed today. She's got to go back to work, so she's got to get those hooves cleaned up. How's everybody doing? What y'all up to today? It's been a humid, rainy day in South Carolina. It rained almost all night, and it's been raining off and on most of the day today. It has. Tony. That's the jersey coming out in Snooky. Tony. They probably are breaking out the power tools for those hooves. Those hooves hadn't been trimmed in a year and a half or longer. Hey, Amazing Maisie, how you doing today? So, Tony Damon, how much they going to charge you to trim those hooves? About $300 to trim those hooves? There ain't enough money in the world to get me to do that. There is not enough money in this world to get me to do that. You talking to me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. What's up, Gaming Prince? 33 for Manny Petty. Well, how much do they charge for hoof trimming? Because I know you got some dang hooves going on. I know you got some hooves. Them toenails is probably growed out and curled. Ugh. That's a scary thought. That is a scary thought. Maisie says, humid right now. Yeah, I'm pretty humid down here too. Got something going on with my vocal cords today, y'all. Got something going on with my vocal cords. Can't hardly talk today. Hey, Madonna Friedman, how you doing today? Wow. So what's everybody up to on this awesome Monday? An awesome Monday. Yeah, that's the way it is here too, Tony Damon. but the temperature is not that hot. Temperature wise, I'm only 82, but it's like 100%, feels like 100% humidity out there. And no breeze. No breeze at all. KK says, watching haze from a Canada wildfire. Dang, KK. I hadn't read nothing about that on the news. I have not read anything about that on the news at all. Did y'all see Vermont paint today? He was painting on that cardboard box from that extra large Super Supreme pizza he had this weekend while his wife was gone out of town. He tries to say it was some other kind of box, but I know it was a big extra large Super Supreme pizza box. That's why he had it downstairs and why he painted on it today. So Mrs. Vermont didn't see it sitting around. Madonna says, just working. And you working all the time, Madonna. You be working all the time. Yeah, he was painting on that pizza box today so he could try to get rid of the evidence without Mrs. Vermont seeing it. He's not fooling me. He might be fooling everybody else, but he is not fooling me. I ordered pizza last night for supper. Oh, heck, sorry to hear that, Gaming Prince. Yeah, I had mom wanted a medium pineapple and ham with extra pineapple and extra ham. And I had a medium taco pizza. Medium taco pizza is what I had. It was actually pretty good. Pretty darn good. I have to admit. Had cheddar cheese, hamburger, maters, onions, black olives, and refried beans. So it was actually pretty good. Arlene Verdita, appreciate the like and the share. $3:28 in the morning there. 3:28 in the morning. She comes in, likes and shares and says hello to everybody. And then she goes back to sleep. She's not fooling me. I know she'd be going back to sleep. Hey, Nature Queen, how you doing? Well, I was watching a show today, Nature Queen. I don't know if you watched it or not. It's World's Deadliest Snakes. World's Deadliest Snakes. Ooh. Ooh. I don't want nothing to do with some of them snakes. Nature Queen can have every one of them darn things. I don't want nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them at all. I didn't even like watching them on the TV. Yeah, I didn't even like watching them on the TV. Did you all know that the king cobra, one bite from a king cobra can kill a full-sized elephant in 2 hours from one bite. One bite can end the life of a full-grown elephant in 2 hours. I don't want nothing to do with that kind of stuff. Nothing to do with it. They had one sea snake off the coast of Australia. One drop. I just stopped by to say hi. I have to go run errands. Okay, be careful, Naj. One bite, one drop from that one sea snake off the coast of Africa, they said would eliminate a whole 20-man football team. History, one drop. And they had another one on there that said, I forgot where it was at. It's in the rainforest or somewhere. One droplet, the size of a pinhead. One droplet, the size of a pinhead, would eliminate 1,000 mice. Why didn't you have all that already done, Tony Damon? Why didn't you have all that done this morning? Why are you waiting until the last minute to get all that done, Tony Damon? You could have had all that completed this morning. I heard that, Gaming Prince. Yeah, Nas, they said it would knock out a full-grown elephant in 2 hours. 2 hours. And it had one of them snakes on there, one of them mambas. I don't know if it was a black mamba. I don't know which mamba it was. They said that thing moves at 16 miles an hour, folks. 16 miles an hour. And if the snake's 6 foot long, it can stand 4 foot of its body straight up, and the 2 foot on the ground will hold it up. That's what it uses to get up into trees. See you, Naj. And they got one in India. I guess a lot of the people out in the rural part of India that sleep on the floor on mats. And when it gets you, you don't even feel it, folks. They come in there to get warm. And if you roll over on it and it bites you, you don't even feel it. But the bad part is you don't wake up in the morning either. You weren't busy this morning, Tony Damon. Don't even try it. You knew you had to get all that done today. You could have had all that done this morning. You could have had all that done this morning and had it over with. But no, you wait till the last minute. Wow. Poor old Sid. That's all I can say is poor Sid. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how Sid does it. That's more like it, Tony Damon. See how hard it was for me to get the truth out of you? See how hard it was for me to pull the truth out of you, Tony Damon. Poor Sid. That man deserves a medal. He really does. He deserves a medal. I wish I could design and make medals. I'd make Sid a medal. Give him a medal for husband of the universe. Husband of the universe for Mr. Sid, putting up with the Wicked Witch of the West. That's all I can say about that. That's all I can say about that. Oh, for everybody out there that has gotten the prevention, for everybody that's gotten the prevention, you need to make sure that in your state, both preventions are in the system as being completed. I've been trying to get my vaccine certification paper. They called me back today from the family practice doctor that I went to, and my second prevention is not in the system. Either my first one or my second one is not in the system. So now they're trying to work with the South Carolina DHEC to get it fixed to where both my preventions are in the government system to be able to get the certificate. I'm not talking about the shot card, Tony Damien, not the little white card. I'm talking about the certificate. Did you get a certificate, Tony Damien? Tony Damien said, I got mine when I got the shot. Did you get the certificate or did you get the card? They're supposed to be two different things. No, never heard about that. Yes. I got the card and it's got both of them on there, but in the government system, mine only shows one. One. It doesn't show two. So you might want to check on that, folks. You might want to check on it. Can you log into here's how I did it, Tony Damien. I researched it online, and South Carolina was supposed to be through that VAMS, VAMS, the place where you're supposed to go through to schedule your appointments. Well, I didn't have to go through that because I got mine straight from the doctor. So I was reading about people saying that they were getting a vaccine certificate of some kind. So I called up the place where I got mine and asked them about it on Friday, and the girl didn't know what I was talking about. So she told me the office manager would check on it today. So the office manager apparently went into the VAMS system. It's called VAMS. And mine only shows one, not two. So she's trying to work out with the South Carolina DHEC getting my second, both of mine registered so I can get some kind of whatever the certificate is. So you might want to call up the place you got it from, Tony Damien, and tell them you want a certificate. A certificate. And see what they tell you. Okay, Naj, be careful driving. Be careful driving. Because supposedly a lot of countries are requiring you to have a certificate, not just a little card. But I don't know. I can't get one to see if it's something different yet. I can't get it yet. The lady told me from down here at the family practice, she's the office manager. She'd been on the phone with 4 different people today trying to get mine fixed. And so far, she hadn't been able to fix it yet. And I haven't gotten a call back this evening yet. So I don't know, folks. I don't know what the dealio is. Yep, KK hasn't had the prevention. It's all cool. For everybody that don't want to get it, a lot of people don't want to get it. But if that happened to the old hillbilly, how many more people out there have had both and they're not reporting it as having both? Maybe we're in a lot better shape than what the numbers show. Or maybe I'm just the oddball. You never know. It might just be me, the oddball. So I don't know, but I'm trying to get mine fixed. I know a lot of countries around the world are trying to work it out to where everybody can access each other's systems to show that proof. And I'm glad I found out my second one wasn't in there, because if I'd have got somewhere and they'd accessed it, then I would have been denied that. A lot of places won't hire unless you have it. Yep, that's true, Sonia. That is true. And I guess Los Angeles County and Las Vegas, Nevada is going back to wearing face protection. So I just want to make sure all my stuff's right. I'm just happy now that I called inquiring about that so I could try to get it fixed in the system to where both of mine show up. Just in case. You never know when you might need it. That's what I was reading today, KK. Los Angeles County and Las Vegas. So I don't know what's going on. I ain't got a darn clue what's going on. I actually wore mine yesterday, Naj. I wore mine yesterday. I did. I actually wore mine today. I had to go inside a convenience store yesterday, and to be honest with you, I had it out and put it on before I even thought about it. So I actually grabbed mine and put it on before I went in the convenience store. I did it just out of habit. Not at the stoplight. At the stoplight. See, I thought my appeal on my one live stream was supposed to end yesterday. It kept saying it was going to end yesterday, but it didn't. Now it says today. It's pending for today, it says. So I don't know what's up with that. I was hoping to have an answer about that by now. But yeah, now it says it's pending for today. Now I saw where my 24 thumbs down went down. I think it went down to 4 for yesterday's live stream. I don't know what happened to the 24, but it ended up with 4 thumbs down instead of 24. So I don't know what was up with that either. Ever which one's the correct pronunciation for that? Either or either. Y'all ever wonder about that? What the correct pronunciation of something is? Either or either? We always said either up home. But I know a lot of people say either. Either or we say either or. Yeah, that's the way it goes, KK. That's the way it goes, KK. You just never know. You just never know. It's like people say potato, potato. That's why we just say tater. It's a whole lot easier just to say tater. And mater, it's a whole lot easier to say mater. Tater and mater. What in the world's that face Tony Damien's making? He's making a terrible face. They must be trying to trim those hooves of hers. She hadn't cut her toenails in almost 2 years, y'all. 2 years since she's cut her toenails. She's out getting a manicure and a pedicure. So they're trying to trim those hooves of 2 years worth of growth. That's why she hadn't been able to wear shoes for 6 months. She's just been wearing flip-flops every day for 6 months. Them nails were going out and curling around and around and around. She couldn't put shoes on. They're probably going to charge her about $300 for trimming them hooves like that. And if she's somewhere where those nice Vietnamese ladies are doing it, they'll be talking smack in Vietnamese about her. Or Korean, if it's the Korean ladies. They'll be talking smack about her and them hooves she's got. And she won't be able to understand them. Can't you see her sitting there in the darn chair getting a manicure and a pedicure? I can't imagine that. She probably wore pajamas to go get that done too. She probably wore pajamas and flip-flops to get that done. Pajama pants and flip-flops to the nail salon to get the hooves done. That is one job I would not do. I ain't cutting nobody else's toenails. I am not cutting nobody else's toenails. It ain't happening. Ain't going to do it. I don't want to be cutting nobody else's toenails. Hey, Flo Beck, how you doing today? I used to hate to have to cut my little girl's fingernails when she was small. I was scared to death I was going to cut them too short and hurt them. What's up, Expedition Greg? Yeah, I was always scared to death I was going to cut my little girl's fingers trying to cut her fingernails when she was little. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, Flo Beck. I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Just sitting here hanging out with good friends. Hanging out with good friends. That's one thing about it. I never was one of them fingernail biters. I never did bite my fingernails. Heading to California. What in the world are you going to California for? You going to Disney World? The American Wanderer, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. You going to Disneyland? Yeah, I never was a fingernail biter. I know a lot of people have that habit, but that's one habit I never had. I never was a fingernail biter. Well, I used to know people when I was growing up as a kid, their darn fingers would be bleeding. They'd bite their nails off into a quick. Ugh. I can't imagine that. Yeah, I was not a fingernail biter at all. Yes, going to Disneyland and haven't been to California in 2 years. Lord, it's been longer than that for me, brother. I hadn't been out there in, Lord, 20 years now. Been at least 20 years since I've been out there now. $20 darn years since I've been out there. I don't even know what the difference is between Disneyland and Disney World. I figured they'd be about the same. I didn't know there was a difference in them. But I guess they probably got some kind of difference between them. I guess you're probably going to have to wear a mask out there, ain't you, Expedition Greg? You're going to have to wear a mask out there at Disneyland? Disney World's bigger than Disneyland. I got you. I guess you might be out there having to wear a mask out there, brother. Disneyland was built in 1955. I got you. Yeah, I knew Disneyland was the oldest one, but I didn't know how much of a difference there was between the two of them. But if that's in LA County, make sure and take your mask with you, dude. Take your mask with you because you're going to need it. If Disneyland's in LA County, LA County. Yeah, they already got it in LA County. Expedition Greg. Got to wear the face protection. Got to wear the face protection in LA County. So if Disneyland is in LA County, You better take plenty of face protection, brother, on your vacation, because you're going to need it. Oh, it's in Orange County? Okay. I hadn't heard nothing about Orange County. I was just reading an article today that said LA County. But you never know out there, dude. It changes day to day. Seems to change every day. In Orange County. Yeah, I didn't know what county Anaheim was in. Now we know it's in Orange County. Orange County. Yep, got you, dude. Got you. Do. Yep, got you. Yeah, I don't know how much business they're getting out there this year. I really don't. I haven't seen anything on the internet talking about out there about how much. I know that Disneyland had been closed forever, but I guess everything's opened up now. And I was reading an article a while ago. I guess Great Britain opened today. Looked like Great Britain opened back up today. I'm not no expert, YouTube. I'm just telling you what I was watching earlier. Looked like they said Great Britain was opening back up today. So I'm sure those people are happy about that. All the people over the pond. Yeah, they say it's hot, brother. It's been hot. Yep, hot out there. I don't know if it's cooled off any or not. I haven't watched the national weather lately, but yeah, it's been hot, dude. All of Southern California has been hot. I don't know if it's still flooding out Nell's Way or not. I know they were talking about more flash flooding from the rain coming down. But everything's baked so hard and so dry, the rain doesn't hit the ground and absorb into the ground. When it's baked hard like that, it hits the ground and runs down gullies and causes flash flooding. That's the bad part about it. Gets so dry that ground gets hard like concrete. And the water just runs off instead of soaking up. It does. Well, looks like the sun's out here. Looks like the sun's out. It's the first time I've seen the sun all day. First time I've seen the sun all day. Those fires are getting worse. Yeah, I know it was up in Oregon. I hadn't heard about California lately. Last thing I saw about the fires was up in Oregon. They were worried about the two fires joining up together. And then KK was talking about smoke coming from Canada. I guess they got a Canadian fire going up in Canada. KK was talking about. I have not heard about that one either. But yeah, it's been so dry. Good Lord, it's been dry out there. Idaho, all that area out there has been dry. Hillbilly Jim. Yeah, I heard of Hillbilly Jim. Hillbilly Jim. Yep. I've heard that name before. Gaming Prince. I have heard that name. Your uncle? Ah, I got you, Gaming Prince. Yeah, I don't know if you ever heard of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He lives here in South Carolina. I actually did a trouble maintenance call at his house here in South Carolina. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He's the one that used to carry around the 2x4 all the time. Hillbilly Jim. I got you, Gaming Prince. Yep. He's got a real nice house, and I mean it's nothing extravagant. He's got a nice pond, and him and his wife had like 1 or 2 horses. But he doesn't wrestle anymore, but he still travels with the WWE and does appearances and signs autographs and all that kind of stuff. Can't remember his wife's name. She told me her name, but I can't remember her name. Real pretty lady. Up above his fireplace, he's got his 2x4 hanging on the wall above the fireplace, or above the mantle on his fireplace. Got a 2x4 hung up there. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. We had a heck of a time trying to fix his phone line. They were having all kinds of problems with internet and telephone. Matter of fact, the first call I got out there, they sent 4 of us out there because they'd been having so much problems. They sent 4 of us out there to try to work on his problems. Sometimes it's hard to get good signal way out into the country when you got bad phone lines in the ground. I got you, Gaming Prince. But yeah, we had a heck of a problem trying to fix their internet and telephone with the phone company. He said he loved sitting on his front porch looking at the ducks on the pond. That was his favorite hobby now, sitting on the front porch looking at ducks on the pond. He had like a log house, cedar house. So that's what he liked to do for fun, sit on the front porch and look at the ducks in the pond. KK said it's 85 outside. Oh, you're warmer than me, KK. I'm only 82. Tony Naaman says wet nails. You mean wet hooves? Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. I got you, brother. Yep, they all came after my days when I grew up. My grandmother used to love wrestling. But that was way before any of those folks' time. That was still back in the days whenever we had black and white TV. Black and white TV. Did you know who it was when you got the call, or was it a surprise? No, when I got the call to go out there, I knew where they were sending me, Sonia. They sent 4 of us out there because they said that they were probably going to be upset when we got there because they'd had so much problems. So we redid everything that we could redo to try to fix their service. Yep, they told us who it was before we went. That's normally they only sent 1 person out there. They sent 4 of us out there. Sent 4 of us. So we knew it was a problem because they only like sending 1 person. You go out there and you get your butt chewed, but they sent 4 of us out to his house. So, yep, they told us who it was. Expedition Greg said, I was a fan of Hulk Hogan in the 80s. Yeah, I was going in the military from 80 to 86. So I didn't even watch none of that stuff back then. I was out of the picture before then. Did you know it was his house, though? They told us it was Hacksaw Jim Duggan's house, is what they told us, Sonia. When my boss man called me, he told me, he said, you're going out to the old wrestler Hacksaw Jim Duggan's house. And he said, we've sent 3 people out there before, and they still got problems. So he said, I'm sending 4 of y'all out there. So all 4 of us went. Yep, we knew it was going to be his house. They told us who it was. But yeah, I was expecting it to be, some kind of mansion and, like a mini ranch or something like that. But it was not. It was not. It was just like a normal person's house. Now here in Columbia, South Carolina, I never went there. Of course, she's been dead for years now, but the fabulous Moolah, that woman wrestler, she had a compound over here in Columbia, South Carolina. She had her own fenced-in compound. She used to train women wrestlers over there. The fabulous Moolah. Matter of fact, I think the road over there going in there is still called Moolah Drive. Moolah Drive. For the fabulous Moolah. But yeah, she was from right here in Columbia, South Carolina. I hear you, Gaming Friends. Yep, Snooky. She had her own compound right here in Columbia, South Carolina, over there on one of the smaller lakes. I don't even know which one of those little small lakes it was over there, but she had her own compound built. She used to train women wrestlers over there. The fabulous Moolah, Columbia, South Carolina. Like I say, that I'm pretty sure that road's still called Moolah Drive. Expedition Greg, he was big in the 70s, dude. He was big in the 70s on Jim Crockett Productions. And then it was what? WCW, I think is what it was called. WCW. Ric Flair. And back then he was teamed up with his cousins, Arn Anderson and Ole Anderson and Gene Anderson. Ole Anderson, Gene Anderson, Arn Anderson, and Ric Flair. And they played the skit that they were all from Minnesota. Yep. Yeah, she was, Sonya. She was. Sonya? She stayed in wrestling until she was what, in her 70s or 80s? Yep, the Four Horsemen, the original Four Horsemen expedition, Greg. You know, after a while, it became Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, Lex Luger, and somebody else became the new Four Horsemen. But the original Four Horsemen was Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson, and Gene Anderson. Lord, that's 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, seems like. She was 18, the youngest woman, and also the oldest at 70 in history. Yep. I was trying to think of that other woman's name. Gaming Prince, May something. Her and Moolah were friends. I don't know if May lived over there on the compound with Moolah or not. Mae Young. That's it. Mae Young. Gotcha, Expedition Greg. Yep, Mae Young. But anytime the wrestlers came to Columbia, they said they used to have a huge party over at the Moolah compound. They said they used to have a heck of a party over there. Yep, Mae Young. Yeah, there was a lot of rumors out there about her and some of those parties and a lot of the ladies that started their careers over there. But yeah, they say they used to throw some heck of a parties over there back in the day. I'd love seeing Mark Henry. Yep. Mark Henry, and yep, he was a big old youngin' too. He was a big old youngin'. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard was one of the most decorated tag champs. Yeah, Ole and Gene were big time back in the day. The first two was Ole and Gene Anderson. I think it was Ole or Arn. I want to say it was Ole Anderson. I think got stabbed up at the Asheville Civic Center in Asheville, North Carolina. I think a fan stabbed him up there, but I don't remember which one it was. I want to say it was Ole back in the day. Tully is an AEW. Gotcha. Yep, broke his back. Broke his back. They had to put pins in his back and told him he wouldn't ever wrestle again. But he did. He did. Ole was stabbed. It was in Greenville. I was thinking it was in Asheville, Vermont. Maybe it was Greenville. That was so many years ago. I got you, Gaming Prince. That's like before Greg Valentine, there was Johnny Valentine. Wasn't it Johnny Valentine was before Greg Valentine, I think. Sonia says, hi, Bruce. Yeah, Vermont was painting on that extra large Super Supreme pizza he had this weekend. He had that cardboard box hidden in the basement. He didn't want his wife to find it, so he used it to paint on today to hide the evidence. Yeah, she had, her and Mae Young both had the eyeglasses. Sonia. My brother and mom came to visit today. Nice to see them, but dang, my brother looks older than my mom. Well, dang, dude, you look older than your brother. Tony Damien's out getting her hooves carved on, Bruce. They've been working on her hooves for 2 hours now. Gorilla Monsoon, yeah. I miss old squeaky mouth Jimmy Hart. Yeah, I bet it did, Vermont. I bet it did. And that, who was that other manager? Jim somebody. He made a good manager. But Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South, he was pretty funny. Tony Damien said, done with hooves, on the hair. I hear. Starting August the 9th. I hadn't heard that. What was that guy, Jim somebody? Yeah, Bobby the Brain Heenan was a butt. He really was, Vermont. Yeah, Bobby the Brain was a butt. To me, the best manager there ever was Paul Bear. Paul Bear. Gotcha, extras. Game Prince said Jim the Anvil Neidhart. No, I'm talking about the manager, Gaming Prince. The manager, Jim something, not the wrestler, but he was a manager. Wore like the wire rim glasses. I can't remember his name. Jim Cornette. That's it. Paul Bear, a.k.a. Percy Pringle. Yeah, Paul Bear was the best manager there was, in my opinion. That was the best character there was Paul Bear. Jim Cornette. That's it. That's it. Wasn't he the one that was the manager for the Rock and Roll Express back in the day? Way back in the day. A lot of y'all probably don't remember the Rock and Roll Express, but I think Jim Cornette was their manager. But yeah, I think Paul Bear, he played the best manager there was. That character was awesome. Put him and the Undertaker, that pair together, that's the best entrance that there ever has been, as far as I'm concerned. There's not an entrance better. Paul Bear and the Undertaker. That was pretty awesome. That was a pretty awesome pairing right there. Them two together. Huge fan of Captain Blue. I hear you. Lou what was his albino? Something like that. All right, guys, give me just a minute. I'll be right back. You guys talk to each other in the chat. I'll be right back in just a minute. I think the best entrance in wrestling was Undertaker, Paul Bearer, and to me, the second best entrances of all time was the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal. They had a pretty good entrance too. But my favorite manager of all time was Miss Elizabeth. That was my favorite of all time was Miss Elizabeth. Oh my God, Vermont paint. Dude, Vermont, I hate I said something about that other painter in your state. I watched a video of his today, and I had no right saying something about him. I didn't know that he had issues. So I apologize to everybody for saying something about I didn't like his paintings or the way he acted. So there. I was thinking about that after I watched that video today. I guess you just pick it up. Vermont and his dad joke. Dang, you'd think Tony Damien was going to work at Instacart the way she's getting all duded up. I thought she was going to be a property manager. I didn't know she was going to work at Instacart. Getting a manicure, a pedicure, getting her hair done, all that. Yeah, I never really paid that no attention, Vermont. I was reading in his description. Yeah, there's issues, brother. Let's just leave it at that. I did not know that. So I would not talk about anybody that has problems. It made me feel kind of bad for talking about him. But anyway, I got that off my chest. But yeah, you'd think that Tony Damien was going to work at Instacart. Pedicure, manicure, getting her hair all done. She probably bought all brand new makeup. What's up, Nail Court? Okay, new subject. Aliens will be back to collect all of us soon. Well, I'm sure you'll be glad to see your kin folks, brother. I'm sure you'll be glad to see your kin folks. I'm not looking forward to it myself. Sonia says, I'm not going, Bruce. I don't fly. Tony Damon says, very funny. Well, I'm just stating the facts, man. Just stating the facts, Tony Damon. You hadn't got your nails done, your toenails done, your hair done in 2 years. Now all of a sudden you're getting all that done? I don't know. KK said ET coming, cool. AKK, Sonya Bruce, out making my feet hurt. Why you want to make your feet hurt? In Texas, I guess they're going to have a hard time finding any. Speaking of Texas, last night I watched that. There was a 2-episode section about that the Branch Davidians out there in Waco, Texas. I watched that. It was on for several hours last night after my live stream yesterday. That was a bad situation, y'all. That's all I can say about that. In my humble opinion, I think that was a bad thing that happened. On both sides. Let me make that perfectly clear. On both sides. I think that was a bad situation. Yep. Yeah, I guess Instacart will lay off about 20 people since Tony Damien's not going to be staying home anymore. Instacart will be laying off. The cable company's going to lay off. The power company's going to lay off. Landscaping company's going to lay off. Dang, Tony Damien, you'd have been better off for the economy just staying home. There's going to be more people quit their jobs or lose their jobs by you going back to work. Oh, my God. Vermont. Do you know why Zero joined the church? She was already a nun. A known, I guess. Oh, it was already a known. I need to start paying attention to what he actually writes. Yeah, I think that was a bad situation all the way around. I truly do. At the time it was going on, you really didn't know what was going on. You were just getting one side of the story. But when you start hearing the facts from all the different sides, kind of makes you wonder and think a little bit. It was sad to see that Timothy McVeigh there in the crowd too. That was kind of weird seeing him standing out there. Standing out in the crowd. It's kind of weird that somebody actually got him on film. Because the picture they showed, it was him over beside a truck, kind of out of the way. It's kind of weird that they actually got footage of him. I got to go to the store. I picked up 2 more Tijuana Mama sausages. You better quit, Vermont. You better quit. Yeah, Tony Damien. You're costing the economy going back to work. You going back to work is going to cost about 8 to 10 people their jobs. So you'd be better off staying home, Tony Damien. Two more Tijuana Mama sausages. Did you hide them in the basement? Did you hide them in the basement? I hope so. I'd hate you to get a knot upside the head from a shoe today. That would be bad. Vermont starts up the stairs and the shoe meets him about halfway, right between the eyes. That'd make for a bad day. Would make for a bad day. I'm not worried about your bank account, Tony Damien. I'm worried about those other 8 to 10 families that are going to go homeless and hungry now. with you going back to work. Nope, they're gluten-free, dairy-free. Yeah, right, Vermont. Right. Yeah, whatever you say, brother. I had a taco pizza for supper last night. It was delicious. Cheddar cheese, hamburger meat, lettuce, tomato, onions, black olives, and refried beans. Taco pizza. It was actually very good. I was surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't read the sodium level either. Tony Damon says, I'm hungry. I need my nap. Wow. Yeah, it was good. It really was. I was surprised. I couldn't make up my mind what I wanted. Mom wanted her Hawaiian pizza, and I didn't feel like Hawaiian pizza. So I got her a medium Hawaiian pizza, and I got me a medium taco pizza. And it was, I have to admit, it was pretty darn good. It was covered in cheddar cheese. Refried beans is a no-no. Gasseroni, gas toot. I hear you, KK. Lord, I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, y'all. I felt terrible. I was burning up, had a headache. So I got up, took me a couple of Advil, checked YouTube, checked the news. I laid back down about 5:15, and I finally got up at 7. Sonia, what were you doing uploading videos at 3:35 this or 3:45 this morning, Sonia? I saw Sonia upload a video of the drive home from the campground. It popped up at like 3:45 this morning. I was sleeping. Well, it popped up on YouTube at like 3:45 this morning. I got a notification for it, Sonia. It was like 3:45 this morning. I got notification of your video uploaded of the drive home from the campground. I'm going to attempt a copycat Jack in the Box taco recipe. Good luck with that, Tony Damon. She sleep uploads, laugh out loud like Tony sleepwalks. Yeah, it was your drive home from the campground, but I got the notification at 3:45 this morning when I was on YouTube. Yeah, I thought it was weird too, son. I couldn't believe you were up that early in the morning knowing you had to go to work today. Knowing you had to go to work today. Yeah, dude, I'm tired, brother. I am tired. I'll be honest with you. Since that second prevention and taking all this blood pressure and cholesterol medicine and stuff, dude, I just got no energy at all. No energy whatsoever. Zero, zilch, none. I need to go back to eating Twinkies and candy bars and stuff. Try to get me some energy. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. But anyway, I reckon I probably need to get off from here, y'all. I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner. I fixed her, heated up some pizza she wanted pizza for lunch. So I know she's not going to want it for dinner tonight. So I need to try to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. Your heart would scream now. I don't know, dude. It might make me feel better. I don't know. Oh, Vermont. I talked to the place down here, where I got my preventions at. The office manager called me today, and she's trying to get it fixed. It's only in the government system is me having one prevention. I'm trying to get that certificate, and in the government website, it's only got me down as one prevention. So the office manager down there is trying to get it fixed. She called me right before I went live on the live stream, telling me she was trying to get it fixed with the South Carolina DHEC. So no, they won't. If they all agree to share information, Vermont, mine would only show as one, brother. Mine would only show as one in the system. So everybody might want to check if you're trying to get a vaccination certificate. Better make sure both of them's in the system, because they only got the hillbilly in there as having one, not two. Yeah, I hear you. I don't think that'll work, Vermont. But she was waiting to talk to the fourth person at DHEC. She'd been on the phone with 3 people already, and she was waiting to talk to the fourth person. She said she was told that this fourth person would be able to fix it. But I haven't heard nothing back from them, so I don't know. Maybe I'll hear something tomorrow. But yeah, they say a lot of countries aren't accepting just the card. They're not accepting just the card. You need a certificate. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I appreciate everybody coming by today, y'all. I hope you guys have a great day. Everybody stay safe out there in the real world. Stay safe. And Sonia will be live tonight. No. I don't want to get 3, Vermont. Not unless I have to, dude. But Sonia will be live tonight, guys, at 7 or 8 p.m. I never can remember what time she goes live. Just be looking for Sonia, RVDJ, between 7 and 8 p.m. tonight, y'all. But I appreciate everybody coming by. As always, guys, take care of yourself and be good to yourself and be good to each other. And I appreciate everybody coming. 7 o'clock, RVDJ, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you. See you guys.